Hey, welcome to a brand new edition of The Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, and I'm glad you are here today. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. And if you're not having a great day today, well, I'm glad I get to spend a bit of time with you to hopefully make your day just that much more better. And if your day is going fantastically blessed and well, then I guess I get to spend that day in your fantastic day. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Sit back, relax, get ready to get some insights and knowledge to help you in your life or in your business as we get ready to start The Rundown with Ramon. Hang on, and let's get ready for a brand new episode where you can learn and be inspired and motivated to make your life just a little bit better. Let's get started. And we're back. Today we have a brand new episode for you today. We have a lot going on. We're going to talk about the best ways to ask ChatGPT questions. That's going to be fun. We're all using AI more and more, and how you can do that better. How Recall AI turns those endless video calls into valuable insights. This is going to be interesting. The value economy, how to master the game of wealth in a changing world. Yet another reason to love bread. It can teach you this key leadership lesson. We're going to talk about Airbnb CEO Brian Chesky on keeping a startup vibe as his company grows. How buzzy olive oil brand Graza leverages influencer marketing to rule social media. We're going to touch on 12 content curation tools for every creator and marketer. This working mom overcame decades of employment bias to become the CEO of her own six-figure company. The 7 money mistakes that prevent smart people from getting rich. 3 mind-body techniques to deal with overthinking. So you're in for a treat today, and I'm glad you're here. Let's jump right into it today. Before we get into the main episode today, I wanted to share with you something from a buddy of mine, or somebody who I've met. We don't know each other that well, but his name is Thomas Keenan. You can find him on LinkedIn, Thomas Keenan, T-O-M-A-S Keenan, K-E-E-N-A-N, Thomas Keenan. Please tell him we're talking about him. And I want to read what he posted recently on LinkedIn because it may be, hopefully it will be helpful for you. And here's what Thomas Keenan says. It seems the only acceptable way to show up and live for social media is to hustle, hustle, hustle. For years, I followed along like a good high achiever. Had some big wins as well as big losses along the way. Today, I'm here to tell you that this is not the only way to do it. When I lived by the hustle all day, every day mentality, I was disconnected from what was most important, my immediate family. I'd wake up at 5 a.m. thinking about work, and I'd lay my head down at midnight thinking about work. Over time, this disconnect became the new norm. This past year has taught me many valuable lessons on how not to show up for those who matter most. And this is by Thomas Keenan. I'm the most connected and involved at home than I've ever been. I'm taking my kids to school. I'm food shopping with my woman, cooking meals and helping with the nonstop day-to-day responsibilities needed to raise 7 amazing children. When I was all hustle all the time, I didn't leave any space for me to show up and parent like I do today. Showing up where it truly matters has me questioning a lot lately. What shifts need to be made to my current business model in order for me to continue parenting my kiddos while also being emotionally available for my woman? Well, the long overdue changes are coming. What once was relevant and worked is no longer working. I'm revamping how and when I show up for my clients and couldn't be more excited for what the future holds. This is The Rundown with Ramon. If you just joined, feel free to comment. Let me know you're watching The Rundown with Ramon. Comment, share this out. Let me know. You say hi to me, I'll say hi to you. But I think that post from Thomas Keenan was so important. I know it spoke to me, and I hope it spoke to you. Let's jump right in and get started on our first tip of the day on The Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. The best ways to ask ChatGPT questions. Listen, like many of you, I've been using ChatGPT for some time now and love it. Generative AI, there's not just ChatGPT, there's Claude and many other tools. And I'll just tell you right off the bat, not even looking through this article here, the best way to use this is to prompt. Marquess is here. What's up, Marquess and Martin? Hey, it's good to have you here, man. Glad you are here. Marquise, rather, good to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome aboard. Spread the word. Let people know. The best ways are really to add good prompts. So when I want to do a blog post, I do things like I'm writing a blog post about how to eat better. The blog post should be 1,000 words. It should be an active voice, journalistic writing, and use short sentences. Include in the blog post, if we're going to do a blog post, let's say about morning routines, that the morning routines are important. Talk about waking up in the morning, talk about going to bed on time, talk about getting good sleep, talk about the lighting that's important, talking about journaling. I prompt it with some things that I know in my head, and the rest it goes to it. Then you can ask it follow-up questions as well. So let me go through this article, though, here to share with you, Marquise, some things from the Wall Street Journal that they said that can help. Tell the chatbot it is an expert. Asking a chatbot to ask as an expert can yield better results or at least be more entertaining. Encourage the chat bot to do better. Telling a chat bot that its response is important to your job or to take pride in its work can improve its performance, a group of researchers have found. Ask the AI to suggest prompts. Using specialized software called an automatic prompt optimizer, researchers at Broadcom asked a chatbot for phrases that would boost the accuracy of its answers it gives on a math test. So ask the chatbot to prompt itself. Play a role yourself. Instead of asking the chatbot to play a role, try playing one yourself. Be genial and don't get mad. Chatbots seem to work better if you ask them some things in a colloquial and friendly manner, but don't go overboard. Encourage it to be methodical. A study by Google found that telling a chatbot to take a deep breath and work on this problem step by step produced markedly better answers to math questions. Listen, we're all using AI a lot more, Marquise, and it's only going to grow more and more. But the best way to get the most out of ChatGPT, Claude, and AI and the tools is that we prompt them better and better and better. If you just joined in, this is The Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray. Started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored 5 books here to help you live your best life, start or grow your business. If you're listening today, tell me in the chat what's going on. Repost, share, comment, like. Let people know you're watching A Rundown with Ramon. We are here to serve you. Ding, 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 ding. How Recall.ai turns those endless video calls into valuable insight. I thought this was very interesting. There's so many calls going on. We have Zoom. We have all these video calls we're doing, or Google Hangout, whatever it is. There's a company called Recall.ai. Check them out. That goes into these many video calls and helps you use them better. Often described as meeting bots, these products vary from very simple tools such as software that produces detailed minutes of meetings to more sophisticated solutions such as training apps that give sales staff feedback on how they could handle calls better. So kudos to this startup called Recall.ai that's helping people get the most out of meetings. The sort of growth is attracting investors, writes David Prosser. Recall raised $2.7 million of seed funding in 2022, but it recently announced $10 million of seed funding. So kudos to Recall.ai, which is doing its best to take all those meetings we're doing and make them that much better. Again, if you're just joining, my name is Ramon Ray, and this is The Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. The value economy, how to master the game of wealth in a changing world. Interesting. But I think before we do that, I want to get somewhere else. Let's see here. 2, 3. There we go. That's what I wanted to get to. Yet another reason to love bread. It can teach you this key leadership lesson. That's what I want to get at today. The aspect of bread. Interesting lessons from bread. What that leadership lessons could be, I don't know. But here's what it says here. As a child of the 80s, I grew up in a world where mass-produced, perfectly uniform bread used to be the norm. Each slice was exactly alike. However, the business world has changed at nearly the same pace as our bread preferences. Much of the reason you had to do with a sneaky emotion at work that gets in the way is awkwardness. To be your authentic self in business, whether in person or virtual, requires you to show up fully in front of other people. This is important to note, important to keep in mind. How are you showing up in front of other people? Are you showing up in full? Are you showing up the way you should show up? Are you showing up to make the world a better place? And if you looking at bread, at least, especially bread, custom made bread, homemade bread, each one is different, each one unique. And the author's saying here, embrace the awkwardness. It turns out there are ambitious performers like you who have cracked the code here. They've learned to not only tolerate the emotional awkwardness, but have gotten good at moving past it. What about you? Are you trying to be cookie cutter, trying to be like everybody else? Bumpy bread is premium bread. Custom made, unique bread that's just like God has intended you to be, the unique self, the unique person that you are. Again, if you just tuned in, this is the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray. Want to see your comments, want to see your chats? Let me know you're listening to the Rundown with Ramon. Make sure you spread the word to other people and let them know this is here for you. Moving forward, ding, 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 ding. Airbnb CEO Brian Chesky on keeping a startup vibe as his company grows. This is not easy to do because as a company like Airbnb, billion-dollar valuation company grows, it's not just two guys and a cat. It can be a challenge. It can be difficult to keep the startup vibe. And what's so important about startup vibe? The hunger, the willingness to experiment and grow. And a company that does that very well is Zoho. So this is very important. I'm going to get to the point where he talks about keeping the startup vibe. At what point does a company cease to be a startup? Some people say it's when you go public. Some people say it's some arbitrary scale threshold. But I have an ambition till the day I die, till the day I'm no longer running this company, which is hopefully decades from now, that Airbnb is the biggest startup in the world. We're one of the only companies in the Fortune 500 organized to be functional. Almost every startup starts with an engineering department, a design department, a marketing department, and at some point they divisionalize. The engineering department has too many requests, so they create separate engineering teams. We've chosen not to do that. Everyone says if you don't divisionalize, decision-making is going to screech to a halt. But we had a theory that if we stay functional, we'll have as few employees as possible. We're not going to be the Navy. We're going to be the Navy SEALs. We don't have a lot of junior people at the company. Almost everyone joins experienced. People don't have their own goals. People don't have their own priorities. All priorities are shared. This is powerful. This is powerful as you're building your company, growing your company, even other things you're doing. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. If you're enjoying this episode of the Rundown with Ramon, well, you can take a sip of something to drink. And you can check me out on LinkedIn, Ramon Ray, Instagram, Ramon Ray Smart Hustle, Twitter, Facebook, all the platforms. Let me know you're listening to the Rundown with Ramon. Let's keep moving forward. Ding, 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 ding. How buzzy olive brand Graza leveraged influencer marketing to rule social media. Influencer marketing is definitely a powerful way to build your brand. Graza launched its beer can refills of olive oil by sending them to 300 content creators. The trendy brand pulled back on its marketing spend earlier this year as olive oil costs spiked. Graza's CEO and head of social and influencer marketing broke down the brand's strategy. So 2-year-old Graza has popularized squeezed bottles filled with olive oil that appear in seemingly every food influencer social videos. And those influencers are playing key role in the brand's largest product launch to date beyond the squeezable bottles, beer can refills. Interesting. On May 9th, Graza rolled out beer cans of olive oil, sending the new product to about 300 creators, said Kendall Dykeson, head of social and influencer marketing for Graza. The goal is to show people how to refill the signature squeezed bottles with more sustainable cans and a kitchen funnel. This is interesting. So he said it shows how influencers have played a major role in growing the brand without much paid marketing. There's many ways to get to the top, many ways to grow your brand, and influencer marketing definitely can be one types of them. According to ad spending firm Media Radar, Grazza spent $306,000 on national advertising. So that advertising made up 98% of the spend, with Target's retail media arm receiving 90% of the native spend. The rest of Grazza's marketing budget was split between TikTok and display advertising. What I'm trying to do is show you that you don't necessarily, even at worst, have to do traditional advertising. Influencer marketing does work. So Grazza is working with other canned products to promote the refills. A twice-a-month series called Cracking Cans shows Grazza alongside other canned products like alcohol, for example. A TikTok and Instagram video shows how to make onion rings using Pabst Blue Ribbon beer and Grazza's olive oil. Point being here, being different is the lesson of the day. Being unique is the lesson of the day. Thank you for those thumbs up. Thank you for those likes. This is one way to grow your business and grow your brand, and that's how can we be different and unique. Listen, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. Check this out. Influencer marketing definitely is a great way to build your brand and to work to get the word out about what you're doing. Ding, 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 ding. 12 content curation tools for every creator and marketer. Content curation tools are important to bring together the content that you need and you want to share with your audience. So what are content creation tools? Curation tool is an application that helps you find and share relevant, authentic content. So why use content curation tools? Store new ideas, track interesting topics, visual language, enhance your content mix, save time and effort, improve engagement, strengthen your authority. So a few content tools you can consider. Buffer is a great tool to use because you can find content that you want and not just schedule it out, but also curate that content and package it all together to use it later. Another tool is Flipboard, content curation tool that turns your curated content into magazine style layouts. Feedly is a content curation platform that aggregates updates from your favorite websites, blogs, and publications into one feed. Content Gems is a content curation software that helps you find relevant web content across articles and blog posts. Content Gem offer a real-time content analysis. BuzzSumo, a content discovery tool, BuzzSumo that is, that helps you find the most popular content and influencers in your niche. Scoop.it, content curation tool designed to help you discover, curate, and publish content across multiple platforms. Q, content curation tool that helps you discover, collect, and share high-quality content tailored to your audience. Pinterest, you all know that name. Pocket's a tool that I've used for some time as well to help you save articles, videos, and web pages for later viewing. So there's more and more and more. eLink is a versatile content curation tool that helps users as well. So if you like this, check out Buffer's article on it under resources called Content Curation. Up Content is another one. Number of tools here you can use. Curata, enterprise level content curation tool to help marketers discover, organize, and share high quality content from around the web. Listen, let me tell you this. Steve Spiro's here. If you're not leveraging the power of content curation tools, how are you going to feed your audience? The way to feed your audience is by the power of content curation tools. This is the game. Those are some powerful tools you can use. So definitely check out Buffer's article on that to help you find the content curation tools you need. Again, this is the Rundown with Ramon. All we ask is about 30 minutes of your time, give or take. So we got about 10 minutes to go to help you live your best life or start or grow your business. Ding, 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 ding. 7 money mistakes that prevent smart people from getting rich. Interesting. Money mistakes that prevent people from getting rich. I'm always nervous of quick rich schemes and things. I know this is not that. But a few things I wanted to share with you today. One, over-optimizing financial decisions. What the article is saying here from Darius Foreau is that sometimes you're trying to be too strict and too cute with how you're doing your money. You may end up not doing as well as you could. Number two, following the herd. The herd mentality, also known as the madness of crowds, is a powerful psychological phenomenon. It's when folks mimic the actions and decisions of others, often disregarding their own analysis and beliefs. Number three, focusing too much on the past That's number 3. This is a way that smart people don't get rich. Trying too hard. Regret aversion is the tendency to avoid decisions that may lead to regret, even if those decisions could be financially beneficial. Number 5, treating money differently based on its source. Ooh, that's a good one. Treating money differently depending on its source. Focusing on losses. You lost some money, just kicking your head all day long about the loss. Move forward. Confirmation bias is the tendency to seek out, interpret, and remember information that confirms one's pre-existing beliefs while ignoring or discounting information that contradicts them. Listen, if you want to grow wealth, if you want to be rich, as it were, there's things you have to do, money secrets, as it were, that can help you in your goal to build wealth. Again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. We are live just about every single day, and I hope you're living your best life and blessed. Let's move forward here. 3 mind body techniques to deal with overthinking. This is written by Brianna Mosquera in Brains Magazine. The neuroscience of overthinking. She writes, we don't realize that we unknowingly associate the habit of overthinking with the skill of problem solving. So what can we do to not be overthinking? Looking inward, pause and offer yourself an introspective moment to reflect on the last time you found yourself stressed, and ruminating. Internal family systems and overthinking is an evidence-based psychotherapy approach that offers simple but powerful tools and is uniquely tailored to your individual internal system. It's a framework used by this writer's clients, and I would love to share its perspective with you. Look that up, internal family systems, on your own to see how this may help you. It creates a new relationship that promotes self-acceptance and compassion. So 3 simple mind-body techniques for overthinking. 1, movement. 2, frequency. 3, empowerment by tension. This is a deep article, but I think it's important for us to sit back and reflect and consider, are we overthinking? And is our overthinking causing us to not feel so great? This is important to consider. And again, you can check this out at Brains Magazine, Mind Body Techniques to Deal with Overthinking. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. I want to touch on one more thing here that I think will be helpful. I know this will be helpful for you. This working mom overcame decades of employment bias to become the CEO of her own figure company. I think it's very interesting. There is some bias towards moms who are working. Yes, I get it. I was blessed that we were a single income family. My wife decided to stay at home and raise our kids. Women do have that built-in nurturing capability, that special way that women are that men just don't have. And men are nurturers too in a special way that men have that women are not. So many women have chosen in the past to stay at home and raise their children. And some women in many modern times, many women go out and work and provide for their family, or just because they enjoy and want to work. So there's that stigma there that many working women do have. But interesting story about this lady who went out to work and grew a powerful business. So tip number 1, change starts at home. If you carried a baby for 9 months and gave birth, I'm reading here, you've done 100% of the parenting work so far. So don't let your partner assume you'll continue to do so, what she says at least. Take matters into your own hands. When my son was about 18 months old, my husband and I decided to move closer to family. Number 3, think long-term, act short-term. Number 4, look for opportunities. Number 5, be open. Number 6, remember that actions speak louder than words. These are things you must understand as you're choosing to live the life you want. From Beth Newton, who's a writer and an entrepreneur network. Listen, life is not easy. And if you've enjoyed the Rundown with Ramon, I encourage you to check out more things like this on zoneofgenius.com. And as I say in every episode, be clear on what you really, really want in life and in business. Ask yourself, in fact, do you even want to be in business? Understand this is not Shark Tank. There's no soundtrack. There's no commercial break. This is real life, people. Are you hungry enough to be where you want to be in life and business? I always tell business owners, check your pricing. Oftentimes you're selling too cheap. And finally, ask yourself, what does Steve, what does Marquise, what do you do best, and how can you get paid to do that? If you've enjoyed this episode, do me a favor. Can you comment? If you enjoyed this episode, take a little screenshot, share it out. If you enjoyed this episode, let me know. Connect with me, DM me across a variety of platforms. Let me know you're listening to The Rundown with Ramon. And I invite you, go out and make a difference. Go out and have a great day today. Let somebody know that you care. Let somebody know that they need you and you need them, that they matter. Because we need each other. The world can be so cruel sometimes. But if we're together as friends, if we're together uplifting, respecting each other, we can definitely make the world a better place. My name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Thanks so much for joining. I appreciate you being here today. And thank you so much, Marquise, for being a part of our show. Glad you're here today. Go make a difference, everybody.